This is Justin Case from American's Perspective, joining our friend and media personality Jerry Maldonado, watching him with his hijinks. Before we start, now he's got some more hijinks. Back for another installment of Meatballs, Perspectives, and Proverbs. Hello, Jerry. Welcome back to American's Perspective.
Yeah, you got a lot of networks, man. You got to remember which one to plug.
That's true.
We better get you a script. I mean,
They
we
actually,
better seriously get you.
and the reality to our fans,
But,
and I think a few of them are cross-channel. YouTube took away one of our
hmm,
channels, but then they felt bad and gave it back. So,
yeah, as long as you hashtag all the plugs, what the hell?
yeah, exactly.
That's not a problem.
That
Yeah, we
doesn't
had
really
no
matter.
pre-show people. But we had no pre-show. Hey, what's up? Hey, we're going live. And that was it. I
Well, it's
did,
kind.
what the hell? Okay, poof, just like that. We're kind of in that mood today, that
Well,
busy mood, which is a good thing.
yeah, being our own directors and producers, that's kind of what happens.
Oh, isn't that great? I
Yeah,
love it.
absolutely.
We have our own control, man. Hey, that kind of sounds like what we're going to talk about. Not control, but what controls others. What do you think?
I like that. Why don't you lay it on us? What are we going to talk about, Jerry? Tell me.
Well, I was kind of showing you these little things in the beginning. I I found these in a parking lot. I think about 15 years ago. I kept them at the trophy. You can actually still see the the tire marks on them when I actually found them. But those couple little Washingtons there were a big wake up call for me because back then I was literally asking the universe every day, I just want to eat. Can you just, I just want to eat. And, back then, $2 could buy a lot compared to now. Um, but it was a wake up call for me because for so long I was taught that money is nothing. That this is nothing. This is energy. All this is made up of atoms. And it took me years and years to figure out that all I have to do is connect with the same frequency, hence atoms and energy, to attract more in my life. But if you're living in the mindset of lack and desperation, like I was for many years, and you saw me go through it personally as I posted updates on Facebook and I dialogued and cataloged everything I was going through to hopefully inspire others. Those $2 there, like I look at them today, and they're still sitting on my little wall as a trophy to remind me where I was and where I don't want to go again. If you look at today's news, it's almost like they know that all they got to do is just keep saying there isn't enough, and it's going to program people to indeed understand and realize that there will never be enough. Oil prices, gas prices, groceries. That's all you hear all day long is that there's never enough. Yet 1,000 people every single day in this country become millionaires. What's the difference? And this is what I asked myself way back when. Why wasn't I getting enough? Why wasn't this happening? It was all between my left and right ear. It took a long time to figure out. They've been writing about it for thousands of years. Bob Proctor did it for 50 years, literally trying to tell people that money is just a frequency and all you have to do is connect to it. Napoleon Hill cataloged it in his book, Not Work and Grow Rich, but Think and Grow Rich. It's this entire spectrum about money that people need to realize it's all a mindset. What's your take?
Well, absolutely. People that want to be extremely affluent, yeah, that's a word. I've heard it before. I've used it before. Pursuit of money has to be a passion and it has to be your job. You have to be working on pursuing it. You know, people with money, you have various ways to make more money. Thus, you can actually end up with the affluent position you want. Now, if you don't have much of a stake, it becomes more challenging, but there's ways to work around that. And you're right, it's money has a life onto its own. It's what makes the world go round. And to
Great point.
nail a cliche, but
Great point.
it really does. And so what? What have you? So So where are we going with this? Money does matter.
Oh, indeed. My whole goal with America's Mentor is focusing on every aspect of what draws people down because it drew me down. Here's a guy who did television, had a business, and but literally lost it all. Lost it all. Why? Because of living in a fear. You bring up a great point. Fear is the biggest obstacle for people of money. And when you're raised without it, this is why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you're raised without it, you're programmed, literally deeply programmed in a mindset of lack, and that you'll have to live with that the rest of your life unless you recognize it. That's why so few people that come out, so few people can come out of poverty because they reprogram what they've been programmed to do. Money to me was always eluding me. I mean, for decades and decades, because of how I was raised. I didn't realize that. Yet I'm listening to Bob Proctor, Napoleon Hill. I mean, the science of Wallace Waddles. I mean, we're talking 100-year-old, thousands of year old books that I just kept going in and going in and going in and reading, reading, reading until one quote stood out in my mind. It said, "The only things that you can attract are the things that you are in harmonious vibration with." And that was the turning point for me with Bob Proctor many moons ago because I said, wait, if I want something, all I got to do is connect to it. And it's going to start to manifest in my life. Granted, you're working toward it with your words and your deeds and how you're thinking every single day, but at the same time, you lose the fear-based reality of it and the lack mindset of it. You attach your goals to it, however you want to do it, and you keep moving forth with that. But most importantly, this is the most important part. And I use myself as an example because I've been doing the same thing now for 11 years, but yet I've doubled my net worth compared to what it was before. What's the difference? The difference is that I live in a wealth mindset. I'm still doing the same thing. I get my raises every year with my work and whatever I'm doing, but I'm not really going crazy out there. I'm just being myself because I like who I am. I love what I do, but yet my net worth just doubled. Why? Because I don't have a fear of money anymore. What that fear does, it draws attention and obstacles to take it away. And they said it basically in 13:12 in Scripture as well. To those that have, more will be given. And people got to recognize and realize that once you understand that money is just energy, money is just a mindset. It doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care what you're pursuing in life. That's why it gives plenty to people who are so-called bad and are good. It's their mindset about money and how they react to it. Go ahead.
Well, it's a great perspective, Jerry. And, my downfall would have been I made too much money when I was young, what I didn't develop was any respect for it. So I had this gift of squandering it away, and
Mm.
I thought it would always come. I thought it was always as if there was a money tree growing out of my butt, but there wasn't. And there was a reckoning day. And I didn't learn to respect
Actually,
money until I didn't have money.
yes.
And my lifestyle
Yeah.
changed. And today I respect money. There's ebbs and flows of it, but I do respect it. And I know how important it is. But I also know what it's like to have it and what it's like
Mm.
not to have it.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it
And
is
yeah,
an energy.
go ahead.
It is an energy, and people need to
Yes.
respect it.
Oh yeah, it just as they respect themselves and how they take care of themselves and what they do. I mean, the biggest cause of divorce is money. I mean, it's quite ironic, you marry somebody, but I mean, I can attest to that. I mean, it was a downfall of my marriage because I grew up with nothing. I gained it, just like you said. I got it all, and I self sabotaged it because I became afraid of it, having a family. I got scared. I got all these things in life and slowly began to lose it because the second half of 13:12, whoever does not have even what they have will be taken away from them. This is the part that people don't realize. When they were teaching, preaching, yelling from the rooftops for the millennia about anything in life, whether it's money, love, success, is that how you feel about it. How you feel about it is what you're going to attract from it. And even if you have it, if you have this fear-based reality, it's going to be taken away from you in situations and circumstances because it's only matching the energy you're emitting. And when people can realize what their thought process, I mean, that's why it's so hard for people. They don't want to take the time to actually inventory their thoughts. Because if you're going after something in life, whatever it might be, money, love, success, and you take an inventory of your thoughts and you see what kind of thought patterns you have, you can actually, you are your own self fulfilling prophecy to understand what you're going to get from it. The universe is precise, or whether whatever venture you're trying to have be and do in life. That's why people in this economy, the thousands of people every day are getting rich and thousands of others are getting poor. It's a whole different setup of personalities and mindsets. That's why the news keeps running it. That's why they keep showing it, doom and gloom all day long, 24/7. They're programming people to fail, and people don't even realize it.
Well, absolutely. It's like the lottery. The lottery really
Mm,
doesn't have any respect for people. And
no.
it's marketed mostly to people that can't afford the lottery.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's a business, as with any business. I mean, they're marketing McDonald's. I mean, they're marketing all these things that literally eat you from the inside out. Pardon the pun. I mean, but it's all choices. It's
Yep.
all choices. I mean, people have had. I've read hundreds of amazing stories about people who have thought about winning, wrote it down, and articulated it in their verbiage every day, and they won. That's fantastic. Imagine if people can do that with their own goals and lives and dreams. I mean, but you have to reinforce what's going on. You got to rebuild the thinking structure of who you were to become what you want to become. Few people, yeah, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you have a choice in life. Either reteach yourself or keep reliving the same patterns that the 95% of your subconscious mind keeps projecting every day. We have that power, not like any other being on this planet, to reprogram what we've been programmed to think, have, be, do, feel in life every single day. But yet, the majority of people fix their eyes every day on doom and gloom. You can only manifest more of that in your life. That's why people who transform pull back like you and I did from life. We don't immerse ourselves in any kind of negativity. We just keep embodying what we truly want to have, be, and do, and then moving forth with that every day.
Well, and you and I are gifted with, we're open to other perspectives. Just because we research it and absorb it doesn't mean we necessarily implement it, but that can
Mm,
have an influence on all of our goals and what direction we're heading. So we're constantly studying. And I don't want that to sound like work, but when we turn the page, we find the page, it's interesting on the other side of the page, and we want to know what that's about. And we want to consider
mm,
implementing it if we think it will help us. So many people are closed. They're just closed minds because
yes.
that's easier for them, I guess. I would like
Well,
to think they have knowledge, or I mean, they're they're seeking knowledge, or they wouldn't watch the idiot tube. They wouldn't be
mm,
on their cell phones 24/7. You want to know, just put it to work for you.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But you brought up a great point. Because we want the knowledge. You and I, this is our passion. We love bringing knowledge into us. We want our questions answered in life. I wish people can grasp that for themselves. I mean, if you're asking for something and you're not getting it, you need to find out why. What kind of what kind of energy are you sending out? How are you feeling about it? Most importantly, if money is eluding you in your life, what are you doing to make it elude you? Because all you have to do is connect with the energy of it, the frequency of it, which is abundance and gratitude, and these higher frequencies. Believe me, the science of getting rich by Wallace Wattles was not a fluke. It's a 15-year-old book that started the process. Of course Scripture did thousands of years before that, but Bob Proctor and Napoleon Hill really brought it to a higher level of perspective. Just like you said, you change your perspective, you change where your energy is going. You become open minded, like you said, to enhance yourself even more. Say, wait, I'm better than this. I can do better than this in life. And the minute you start saying those kind of questions, the universe is going to give you some answers, man. That's the beauty about life, because ask better questions and indeed you will get better answers.
Well, we're not preaching for people to aspire to be rich, but financial contentment, people wear that very well. You don't have to have the
Yep.
responsibility of being rich, but why don't you try and develop a plan to be financially content?
Hmm. At peace.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
the stress that it relieved off your chest is absolutely amazing. And granted, see what I wanted to do when I was on this path to recondition myself about these little things that kept eluding me for decades, man. I knew I had to change the neurological structure of how I thought of it. Think about that for yourself. If something is eluding you, it's all because of how you think about it. And that's all I did. I compounded my mind with thoughts and feelings of abundance and knowledge, how to attract it better in my life. Most importantly, how it gave me peace. I mean, money is just a means to an end, indeed. I mean, the problem now is, yes, inflation's this and gas is that. Okay, fine. You don't have to live in that realm of life. I'm not saying elude it. It's going to come and bite you if you don't take care of it. Yes, of course, do what you have to do to get by. But the state of mind that you carry every day about it is going to determine whether you get more of it, or it's going to be more of it's going to be taken away from you. Go ahead.
Well, Jerry, just opens our minds to thinking about what we're really after. And you brought up a good topic, so I'm going to ponder it. I'm going to ponder it, and I don't. We should probably consider revisiting it.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with that, and I love bringing this to people's attention because a simple shift of thought and a simple shift of how you feel about something that is not coming your way or eluding you. I mean, you start understanding it, you start attracting better of it. Indeed,
Absolutely, across all fronts, love life, family,
everything.
everything. Hey, thanks, Jerry.
Awesome.
This has been Justin Case and Jerry Maldonado bringing you Meatball Perspectives. Thanks for joining us. Remember, additional links and information are provided in the videos. Read more. Today is the day to subscribe to this channel. Please learn more about Jerry Maldonado when time permits.